What does it take to get a truck to go 1,000,000 miles? Good morning. We're down here in Dallas, Texas, and we're heading out to drive to Corsicana, Texas to find a 1973 Chevrolet C10 stepside that is rumored to have over 1,000,000 miles. We got an hour and 10-minute drive. We need to get a little breakfast and some coffee in us. Josh, I got your mocha. I heard the sunrises in Texas are just absolutely phenomenal, so let's go. Today we're driving one of my favorite General Motors vehicles, a GMC Sierra Denali. We just drove 70 miles to get here, which took us an hour and 10 minutes or so. So just kind of imagine how much driving to bring that car up to 1,000,000 miles. Insane.
I was just sitting around one day and someone said, "How many miles that truck got on it?" I don't know, because speedometer rolls over at 100,000. And I started calculating the distance I drove each day and the years. Good grief, thing's got over 1,000,000 miles on it. Where we keep all of our toys, shed some light on it. This is my 73 Chevy pickup.
Wow.
I'm Danny Hudson from Corsicana, Texas. Pretty well grew up here most of my life. I own a 1973 Chevy C10 pickup, factory 454 stepside. I was about 20, 21 years old when I bought the car. It was ugly as sin when I bought it. It's a real light green with a white top. You can kind of see it's very little, but that is the original color of the truck right there. It was ugly, sorry.
Why does your truck have 1,000,000 miles?
I'm an ASE Master Tech. I'm a GM certified Master Tech. I've got certifications in just about everything you certify. I always lived here in Corsicana, but I hardly ever worked here in Corsicana. The rest of that time, I'm working out of town, driving close to 50 miles each way of the minimum. So when you're racking up, 100 and 150 miles a day, they rack up pretty quick. Pretty well had my whole career in General Motors until 2008 when I bought my parts store. Back here is where we keep all of our hard parts, chassis stuff, starters, alternators, waxes, washes, chamois, glues, sealants, fuel injection cleaners, your air conditioner stuff, trailer lights, truck parts, headlights, glows, just a regular parts store. Truck's got a 454 Chevy engine in it. Not totally stock, but it's almost stock. This motor's been in there probably 30 years. Just about all the miles on the 1,000,000 miles have been on this motor.
This is a nice air cleaner on top. It's pretty clean for a clean air cleaner.
Yeah, that's off kind of a rare car. It's off of 87 Oldsmobile 442. I'd had many cars before this truck. So I started off when I was 14. I found an old 55 Chevy Bel Air. My mom didn't like that. They gave me their old wore out 64 Buick LeSabre. That's what it looked like. A land yacht. Funny story. I was in junior high. Got my license when I was 14. Me and a girl. So after I got my license, I drove this car to school. Got out. Checked me out. She drives up in her daddy's 64 Corvette convertible. So my ego just kind of hit the floor. It's my 23 ZL1. That's a 71 Plymouth Roadrunner. This is a 72 Malibu. My 69 Camaro that I need to build. It's almost finished, but not quite drivable. This is my son's 2013 SS Camaro.
I'm Blake Hudson. I've threatened him several times if he ever gets rid of the truck, I'll divorce him as a parent. I like that truck a lot. It's kind of like a family heirloom. I think the first time I drove that truck was junior year of high school. I took a prom date in it. That was the very first time I ever drove it, and I was nervous the whole time.
This was the top of the line truck in 73, the Cheyenne Super.
Oh my gosh. And looking at this bed, like what's so interesting is these step sides, they're very visually unique. And they built this for you to step right here and get into your truck.
The original fenders had the gas cap outside. I never did like that because you had spilled gas down on the fender and all that. And I picked these up off of a truck that we pulled the bed off of and put a flatbed on it.
You want to open it up? So back then, you want to talk about the latching mechanisms back in 1973?
It's very complicated. It's just chain with a hook on it.
So we're looking at Danny's C10, and well, we saw his Camaro, and then Blake, Danny's son, pulled up in his Camaro. So we thought it'd only be fitting to stance both of the Camaros up next to each other and just take a quick moment to appreciate a good Camaro.
I drive it every once in a while on the weekends or something when it's nice.
That was sick. I think we need a third over here. Is this time for the moment we've all been waiting for? A cold start on this 1973 C10. This thing is gonna sound insane. I just know it. We're gonna mic up the exhaust so you can hear it nice and crisp in the video.
You all ready?
Let's do it. On you.
I love this sound.
Danny, would you do me the honor of a lifetime and take me for a drive?
Sure.
Let's ride. All right, we're gonna feel this truck. You ready? Yeah, there we go.
I'd blown the motor up in the truck, and I was building a '69 Corvette, factory 427 with 3 2s on it. So I had the motor built sitting on the stand while I was building the car. And like I said, I blew the motor up in the pickup, and it's really the only thing I had to drive at the time. So I was pulling the motor out of the truck, and I said, I got to find something else to put in here. This weekend, looked over there, and there sat that 427. So I put that 427 in the truck. About 2 weeks later, we was all going racing up in Oklahoma. We took off, went up there. One of my buddies had a Dodge Dually, and Ray was my buddy's name. He talked with a southern drawl worse than mine. So we all went up there, and when the things was over, he said, I'll see you boys in Corsicana, Texas. I'm out of here. So he got in that Dodge, and he nailed it, going up a real long hill. Me being the person I am, I pulled out and floored my truck, caught him, passed him, and I just stayed in that truck until I couldn't see him anymore. Ray didn't talk to me for 3 or 4 years, but we kind of made up, still good friends. Yeah, to make a truck go a million miles like this one is, you just got to maintain it, fix things as they break. If you let it sit or you ignore something, they start piling up, and all of a sudden it's overwhelming and really hard to get it back to where it needs to be. I've had this truck for about 47 years now. That's been my truck and my go-to car for most of my life. I bought it mostly to have something to tow my race car with. My race car.
That's your race car.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you a picture of the car.
Oh, that's sweet. How many races did you win in that?
A few. I just did it for fun. I kept the truck all this time because I like the truck. It will tow anything you can hook to it, and it's a good looking truck. I modified a hitch for it. I had the trailer hitch on it. I just didn't like it hanging down underneath it.
What a day it's been here in Corsicana, Texas, with Mr. Danny Hudson and his million-mile 1973 Chevrolet C10 stepside. Well, thank you so much for spending the day with us. We appreciate you.
Thank y'all for coming. I enjoyed it. Yeah, as far as the future on the truck goes, so I'd like to just blow the truck apart and me and my son rebuild it from the ground up one last time.